Isn't it crazy that we are never satisfied as people? No matter what we achieve, no matter what we do, we are never truly satisfied. I mean, yeah, when we get things that we want, when we reach our goals, our brains will reward us with the feeling that we are all chasing. But how long does that feeling last? And what happens when that feeling goes away? We start feeling bored, right? We start feeling bored until we set new goals for ourselves and achieve them. If we don't do that, we'll be totally bored. That is why there are people who are working jobs that they always wanted, but they are complaining every day. They are complaining because they're not getting a raise, they're not getting new positions, and because of that, they're bored because their brains are not rewarding them. But when they first got the job, their brains rewarded them and they felt good. The reason why most of us were happy when we were younger is because it was not hard for us to get the things that we wanted. It was not that hard for us to reach our goals because we didn't want things that are hard to get. I mean, when you were young, you just wanted some toys, you just wanted to play with your friends, you just wanted sweets. So, because we were able to get these things, our brains kept on rewarding us with the feeling that we're all chasing. But as adults, it is hard to reach our goals. I mean, think about it. How many goals have you reached last year? If you had goals last year, how many of them have you managed to achieve? You might find that you didn't achieve any of your goals last year. So, because of that, you feel bored. You feel like you must try to achieve new things. Because if you don't, your brain is not going to reward you. The reason why some adults are addicted to alcohol is because they're chasing that feeling. And when they drink alcohol, their brains reward them with that feeling. So they feel good. But because the feeling won't last, they'll have to keep drinking. And some of them become alcoholics because that feeling is addictive. I mean, we all want to feel happy. We all want to feel good. People don't get addicted to drugs because they love drugs. They get addicted to drugs because they want to feel good. They're chasing that feeling. It's weird that we always have to be doing something. We can't just chill and do nothing and be happy. It doesn't work like that. If we do nothing, we feel bored. If we don't achieve new goals, we feel bored. No matter what you have in this world, if you don't achieve new goals, you're not going to feel happy. Even if you had millions, if you weren't achieving new goals after getting your millions, you'd feel bored. There's a reason why a lot of people who are rich are depressed because they don't know how to achieve new goals. Their brains are no longer rewarding them because they are used to what they already have. If you are used to what you already have, even if it's something that every person wants, if you are used to it, you are used to it. You are supposed to get new things. There's a reason why people like Putin are trying to conquer the world. It's because they're not happy. They don't feel satisfied with what they have. There's a reason why a lot of people who were successful in sports, when they start losing, they turn to drugs. It's because they can no longer get that feeling. Their brains no longer reward them because they're no longer winning. You're supposed to keep on winning. You're supposed to keep on achieving new goals. It's crazy that that's how things are supposed to be. It's crazy that you can't just chill and be free from all this. The reason why some people turn into monks is because they're trying to avoid all this. If you try to separate yourself from the world, if you stay away from things that are tempting in this world, it gets a bit easier. Because life is full of things that are addictive. If you're going to see people doing the things that you want, if you're going to see people achieving new goals, you're going to feel empty. Because these people are doing things that nature wants you to do. So it's going to punish you for not doing these things. So you're supposed to try your best to achieve these things. If you don't, it will punish you so that you work a bit harder next time. It's crazy that we can't just be happy. That's the reason why we don't help one another. We don't help one another because we are trying our best to achieve our goals so that we'll get to feel that feeling. We're trying our best to achieve our goals so that our brains will reward us with that feeling. We can't be helping other people. It is easy to help other people when you're not really trying to achieve anything. If you are working with people and one of them fall, it's easy for you to give them your hand. But if one of your friends lose their job, it's not easy for you to say, here's 1,000, buy food for yourself this month, and if you ever need anything, holla at me. It's not easy. So we suffer because of that. Because we ain't really programmed to want to help one another. Because if we help one another, we might get bored. That's the problem. If we stop trying to reach our goals, we might get bored. If we shifted our focus from the things that we want in this world, from the things that we want to achieve in this world, and started focusing on helping one another, and started focusing on making this world better, we would feel bored. You see, humans don't really want peace. You think that humans want peace. They don't. They'll feel bored if everything was okay in this world. If this world was balanced, they'll feel bored. They don't want peace. They always want to trying to achieve new things. They always want to be competing. They're always chasing that feeling that you get when you achieve something. Because that's what happiness is. And if you are able to get your brain to reward you constantly, you're gonna feel happy. But if you are unable to get your brain to reward you constantly, you're gonna feel bored. You're gonna feel sad. That's what's crazy about life. Because nature punishes us for doing things that actually make sense. We're supposed to just keep on chasing petty things. Things that are making life harder. Things that are making this world to be very chaotic, to be very disorganized. These are the things that nature wants us to chase. Nature doesn't want us to live in peace. Nature doesn't want us to live in harmony with each other as people. If everything was well, we'll still find ways to fight. We'll still find ways to be in disagreement with one another. Would still want to see bad things happening to other people and good things happening to us. Isn't it crazy though that that's how we're programmed as humans? That is why I keep on saying that it is important that we detach ourselves from a lot of things. Because the more you detach yourself, the more logical you become. If you are addicted to drugs, if you keep on taking those drugs, you're going to do a lot of things that are not logical. But if you keep on working on detaching yourself, if you keep on working on freeing yourself, what's going to happen? You're going to start doing things that actually make sense. We're addicted to a lot of things that are making our society to be toxic. And because of that, it is hard for a lot of people to want to be part of this world. It is hard for a lot of people to want to participate in things that are happening, especially people who have outgrown a lot of things. Because it does happen that you get to outgrow a lot of things that you are supposed to love. The same way that you grew from a kid to an adult. There were a lot of things that you loved when you were a kid that you don't really care about now. There are lots of toys that you liked when you were a kid, but now when you look at those toys, you ask yourself, what did I like about these toys? It does happen that you outgrow the world. And what I've realized is that that is the only way that you can free yourself. You have to outgrow this world. You see, Outgrowing this world will give you peace, because the reason why you feel bored when you're not reaching new goals is because you still want to reach new goals. Like, there's a part of you that still wants to be rewarded with that feeling. But if you outgrow this world, you're not necessarily going to want to achieve new goals. You're gonna wanna be free. Wanna be free from it. I think if you have lived your life right, in the end, that's what you must want. You must want to be free. You mustn't be too attached to the things of this world. You must not want the things of this world anymore. Even this good stuff. So if you still feel like you want the good stuff, and the reason why you're not feeling okay, the reason why you're feeling bored, the reason why you're depressed is because you are not getting the good stuff, you still have a lot of work to do. You must be able to detach yourself until you reach a point where not having the things that you wanted, not having the things that you always wanted, does not hurt you, does not make you feel bored. That's the only way that you free yourself. Thank you.